Hello everyone, it's Fred again from Notes of a Nomad, video number 301. Today I want to talk about the wisdom from the Oracle. And the Oracle I'm speaking about is Warren Buffett, who's known as a legendary value investor, and he's called the Oracle of Omaha. And he's one of the world's most successful and closely followed investors. Now, he has decided he's stopping at the age of 95, doing his regular reviews and talking to people about investments and so on. So he's going into hibernation, so to speak. And I've noticed a wonderful email sent by one of my favorite people, Scott Pape in Australia, who's known as the Barefoot Investor. And I want to share with you what Scott Pape from Australia said about Warren Buffett. So this is a picture of Warren Buffett. As you note, he's amassed a personal fortune of more than 100 billion, if not 200 billion dollars, and he's donated the vast majority of his wealth to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In other words, he's donating it to charity. And this is what the Barefoot Investor, Scott Pape from Australia, wrote in a recent newsletter. He said, after 60 years of writing to shareholders and having the world hang on to his every word, he delivered his final piece of advice. And what he chose to say will surprise you, especially if you feel like life is passing you by. In a world drowning in financial influencers, best-selling authors, and gurus telling you how to get rich, Buffett has always been the one voice worth listening to. Not just because of his billions, but because of how he earned them, living in a small town in Nebraska, in the same house, and driving an average car, tap dancing to work every morning. So what did he choose to say in this swan song from Warren Buffett? There wasn't a word about stock picks, not even one insight about beating the market. Here's what one of the most successful people in history has worked out over his 95 years. Warren Buffett said, greatness does not come about through accumulating great amounts of money, great amounts of publicity, or great power in government. When you help someone in any of 1,000 ways, you help the world. Kindness is costless, but also priceless. So Scott Pape goes on to say, look, I'm well aware that billionaires can sell a perfect image of themselves in the world, yet you can't fake what your kids think of you. And I've spent time with Buffett's children. He sent them to public schools, encouraged them to follow their passions, and raise good human beings instead of becoming trust fund brats. As a result, his children are humble, kind people who help others, just like their dad. And his final lesson, it's not too late for you. Warren Buffett told the story of Alfred Nobel. When Nobel's brother died, a newspaper accidentally published Alfred's obituary instead. Nobel read his own death notice and was horrified. The world saw him as a merchant of death who'd made millions from explosives. He changed his life completely that day, and today we remember him for the Nobel Prize, not dynamite. And here's what Buffett wrote. I'm happy to say I feel better about the second half of my life than the first. Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. Learn from them and move on. It's never too late to improve. So tonight, instead of scrolling through more content and, lists from people trying to get your attention online, close your eyes and think about your funeral. What do you want people to say about you? No one will bother about talking about your car or your house or what your title was at work. They'll tell stories about you being humble and kind. And here's Buffett's advice. Decide what you would like your obituary to say and live the life to deserve it. So, as Scott Pape said, open your notes on your phone or write in your diary, write your own obituary. Then go give them some stories to tell about you. So that's what Scott Pape said in his newsletter recently about Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. And I'd like to add one thing because this something that Warren Buffett said, and it resonates with me because of Agra speakers. He knew that it was time to face his fears of communicating and public speaking. So Warren Buffett enrolled in a Dale Carnegie public speaking course. And he often tells young people, if you can't communicate and talk to other people, you're giving up your potential. So those are some words of wisdom from the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett. So with that, I'll say adios, au revoir, wishing you, your family and friends, lots of love and laughter. Bye for now, till next time, from Fred and Notes of a Nomad.